What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Bowls Deep Fishing. So today is a very, very special day in my life, and in my life and in my heart. It is Westbrook Wednesday. Yes, sure it is. Yeah, you darn right. It is Westbrook Wednesday, and this week it's just getting even better, guys. It's blowing up, and we just having trouble controlling the emotions. It's just phenomenal. But today, Westbrook Wednesday at 8:30, we are giving away a Z-Man bait package, guys. Yes, the famous Ned Rig is definitely going to be a part of that mix. And guys, if you know me, I fish a Ned Rig constantly. It is by far a go-to bait. Quality over quantity, quantity over quality, whatever you want to call it. That bait is magic. Pure magic, guys. And we are giving away a booty load of baits on WestbrookSupplyCo.com tonight for Westbrook Wednesday. So get your booties over there and get over to WestbrookSupplyCo.com, or even get over to Bowls Deep Fishing too, and you'll follow the link on my page, because I posted up this week too, because Facebook was allowing us to post stuff today. Woo! Thank you, Facebook. I guess Westbrook Wednesday is shutting Facebook down. We got some competition there? Bring it. Westbrook will smoke them. But anyways, guys, get over to WestbrookSupplyCo.com, or God dang it, not WestbrookSupplyCo.com. Go check out that too, because our online shop is growing and growing and growing. But guys, get over to Westbrook Supply Co's Facebook page. Follow the instructions to get your name in the hat, to see what you have to do to get your name in the hat for the good old Z-Man bait package. It's going to be awesome. And they're also giving away on top of the baits that are coming, they're also giving away I call it a bait binder. They might call it something different, and I'm sorry if I stepped on toes there, but I call it a bait binder. Those things are pretty sweet. There's a few guys on the Westbrook team that actually have those bait binders, and I've been wanting to get my hands on them so long, where I can get rid of the old pocket bait binders, or bait pouch, whatever you want to call it. But also, guys, for some of you especially that don't know, I'm mainly going to focus on a Ned Rig. I know Z-Man has a whole bunch of more style and types of baits, and I love all their baits. I truly love the Z-Man line, the Z-Man products. They're phenomenal. The toughness of these soft plastics are amazing. Used to, you could just bite, like with other worms, you just bait the tip, the top off, and you can reuse it. But with these, they're so tough. Not only they're going to last you multiple casts and multiple fish, but actually, Mike McKinstry from Bass Squatch Hunter TV, I think he posted something yesterday. He had the same Z-Man bait on for like 6-7 months. It's lasted that long. But let me turn this off right here. But they're phenomenal. The thought that goes into making these products are genius. They're very tough. They're very durable. And, I mean, it is a killer bait. Just a Ned Rig alone, and I got a few out here to show you. And I'm going to kind of walk into how I fish it and, how to really rig it up. But they're great, guys. So if whenever you get your name in the hat, if you don't want to not, still go check them out, Z-Man Baits. And definitely get your hands on some of these baits, because they're great. I mean, they're making huge impressions in the industry. I mean, they're dominating. But I'm mainly going to show you a Ned Rig, because that's mainly what I fish and mainly what I use from Z-Man. Even though I use all their baits, I even use their worms. That when it comes to Z-Man alone, the Ned Rig for them stick out. Also the jackhammer, the chatterbaits they came out with, they're phenomenal. But guys, there's a couple of different ways I like to fish a Ned Rig. So basically, I do the turd, or the TRD. It's just a little, to me it looks like a little worm grub, and I'll show you one right here. So you got, just a little worm grub. It's probably, 3 inches. It should tell it on there. 2.75 inches. And also they have crawls. Their crawls are pretty phenomenal. A lot of detail goes into these crawls. I mean, look at that. You go in the North Georgia mountains and you go catch some crawfish like we did back in the day. Almost identical. It's phenomenal. And I know a lot of people make some outstanding crawls, and I'm not bashing nobody, but these things are phenomenal. They truly are. But these are the main things I throw on a Ned Rig. These two right here. Yes, I might change up color from time to time, but 9 times out of 10, you bet your money it's probably going to be this one over this one, just because I like the action of this one a whole lot better. But guys, it's simple, and there's a couple ways you can do it, or a couple ways that I do it. Yes, it might not be perfect, or it might not be the correct way, but I've had a lot of good success with it, so I'm going to stick with it. But all a Ned Rig is just a little jig head. As you can see right there, they have multiple different sizes. I like heavier jig heads just because I don't have a lot of patience. I like it to get down there and get to work. But I've used a lot of the lighter ones too, and I've caught a lot of good fish. Even in farm ponds, I caught a 5-pounder on this right here on a Ned Rig in a farm pond. So yes, quantity over quality all day long. But these baits can catch some ginormous bass, some good quality bass too. But guys, so basically how it works, and also they make one that has little skirts on it too. I've used this quite a few times, but still going back to just plain Jane does the magic. And yes, this has a little weed guard on it. Some of them do, some of them don't. I like weed guards because it gets to the weeds a little bit better. But guys, as you can see, and if you know anything about putting a crawl on, you don't want to, if you put it on the way you're supposed to put it on, there's not a lot of action going to be in the crawl. So basically what I do is, you see this, whoa, Jesus, this little fan out on the tail. Yes, it's great action, but I snip that puppy off. Just because it shortens the bait a little bit and helps me get it on the bait better, and to me it lasts a little bit longer. But basically, and I'll probably do this backwards because I'm trying to see how the camera sees it. But you basically just run it up just like you would with a shaky head, Texas rig, whatever. Just run the bait up through the bottom of it, go all the way up. And yes, I did put on backwards. Oh, I am just so phenomenal. But you can still work it the same way. And there is a little, and I'll show you on this one, there is a little worm keeper. If you can see, yeah, you can see that a little bit right there. Yeah, behind my finger. There's your little worm keeper. And these things, I've had some of them break off, but over time, it seems like to me, they've really put a lot of thought and actually built that or strengthened that little weight gripper or weight stopper, or not weight, bait gripper, bait stopper. But basically, there's a couple ways you can do this, and I'm going to rig it how I would a shaky head or a Texas rig first. So basically, you just run it right on up that line right there. Or you just run up the hook from the bottom, and then you can bury the hook just like you would with a Texas rig. God, these baits are so strong. A Texas rig or a shaky head. And then you can just bury your hook after that, which it didn't get a good meat because I put the crawl on backwards. As you see, this crawl is split in the middle. So that needs to go on the back side of the hook versus the way I did it here. So basically, you can bury your hook that way. But a lot of the times, and I'll show it better whenever I show you this one, that's one way you can throw it, or that's one way I throw it. Everyone throws it a little bit different, but that's your money maker right there. And yes, you can squeeze it up a little bit more. And a lot of the times I've kept one crawl on all day on the river, and it's lasted me the whole day. Yeah, they might nip off some of the crawls, but still, I keep casting, I keep going with it, and it keeps producing. So there's your kind of crawl setup. That's kind of the way I run it best. Also, the TRD, just a little grub worm, whatever you want to call it. This one I typically run a little bit different. You can still run it this way. You run up through the top of the worm, and then you can bury the hook. But another way you can do it is you basically run it all the way up like you would, say, a crappie jig. If anyone crappie fishes a lot with crappie jigs. So basically, you feed it through. If you can see that. Oh, God, my camera angle's terrible. You feed it up through the worm, and you keep on going with it. You don't pull it out yet. You keep on feeding around the bend, and that should be fine right there. I'm a little bit short, but yeah, so basically, yeah, and you just run it all the way up. Obviously you can measure the length of the hook, but I did a pretty terrible job at it. And you can always pull back if you're a little bit off. But you can also run it. God, that looks terrible. Dang, Josh, you're trying to do an instructional video, and you just blotched it all up. But anyways, you can run that up just like that and have the hook exposed. And this, I'm telling you, whenever this bait drops, I know it's a terrible impression because I got a killer bent in it. But whenever that bait drops, it's going to sit on the bottom, and that's going to flutter, and that's just going to just hammer them home. That's just going to drive them crazy. Like, just want to take you home, baby. So yeah, that's the Ned Rig. They're great baits, guys. I am telling you, they are phenomenal. But these are the two ways I fish a Ned Rig, and I will always have one tied on or in my boat, ready to go to work at all times. I have so much faith in them. They're a very easy bait to use. And speaking on that part too, once you get it set up, and hopefully you set it up a whole lot better than me. Let's look at the crawl because that's pretty phenomenal. But basically, you just cast it out. There's a couple ways. Fluke Master has an extraordinary video on how to fish a Ned Rig. So I might sound like an idiot, so go to Fluke's page and watch it. It's phenomenal. But basically, the way I work it just like a shaky head. I cast it out there, let it sink to the bottom. I tighten my line a little bit, and then I just sit there and shake the tip, and it gets those crawls growing, or those claws going. Also, you can work it back like a Texas rig. You can cast out, let it drop to the bottom, and then, just like you should do with a crawl, is, you kind of move it back real slowly like a crawl impression. But that's mainly the way I fish it, and those are the two different ways I fish it. Fish it like a shaky head, and also fish it almost like a Texas rig, to move it back slowly all the way back. And I'm telling you guys, when nothing else is hitting, I will guarantee when there's nothing else biting your line, throw a Ned Rig. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I'm just telling you, it's going to happen. No matter if it's a 10-pounder or a 1-pounder, you're gonna catch it on a Ned Rig. They're just phenomenal. They're truly great baits. I about to shook my finger playing with it. But anyways, guys, please get over to Westbrook Supply Co's Facebook page. Get your name in the hat to win this huge prize pack. This is huge, guys. I think it's pushing almost $300 in product that we're giving away from Z-Man. Thank you so much, Z-Man, coming from a Westbrook team member, for allowing us to do this for you and doing this for us. It's phenomenal. You're a great and a tremendous company, and I will always support you 110%. No doubt about it, guys. But get over Westbrook Supply Co. Facebook page. Read the instructions. Get your name in the hat to win this bait package at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be going live, and we have a special guest for Plead the Fifth. But just like I told you last week, I'm not going to tell you who it is. You'll have to wait and see, guys. Please chime in. And guys, please share this video. Like this video. Subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day. Keep them tight lines. Deuces.